Indiana Fever got a win.
Terrible game, but a fantastic fourth quarter from Caitlin Clark.
85-77 over the Connecticut Sun.
Like 9 points in the fourth quarter, huge.
Every genre of sport knows she's one of the most popular.
Caitlin turning the gas up.
Caitlin was fantastic. You live by Caitlin, you die by Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark will win the game because of her impact on the game, her gravity on the game. She draws the attention.
She's playing, the adrenaline's going. She's moving around like she wants to move.
She came in hurt, fouled all night, and still dropped 9 in the fourth to close the game.
This game had a little bit of everything. Caitlin Clark was struggling at times, especially with her shot.
She just took over in the fourth quarter there.
Caitlin Clark struggles shooting, and the Fever still win the game.
Caitlin Clark didn't just win, she dominated when it mattered most. This was revenge. This was a statement. And if you're 100% with Caitlin, drop a comment below to show your support.
Caitlin Clark is a basketball player, yes, but she's really an entertainer. The long threes, the passes, the fast pace. She is a high wire act. She brings in new fans to be entertained. No one else does that.
For most of the game, Caitlin Clark didn't look like herself. She moved gingerly, clearly battling pain. Her shot wasn't falling, just 1 of 7 from deep.
1 of 7 from 3.
She got hacked, shoved, and played through tight defense with little help from the officials. Through 3 quarters, the narrative was already being written by critics. She's struggling again. Maybe she should sit. Maybe the pressure's getting to her. But then came the fourth quarter. With her team slipping and the game tightening, Clark did what stars do. She locked in.
She just took over in the fourth quarter there.
She dropped 9 points in the final frame, shifting the entire momentum.
Terrible game, but a fantastic fourth quarter from Caitlin Clark. Like 9 points in the fourth quarter, huge.
Caitlin turning the gas up in the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game, and she goes on a little run to clinch it.
It wasn't just the buckets. It was the pace, the control, the feel. Her gravity on the court pulled defenders out of position, opening lanes for her teammates to feast. She ran the offense like a conductor, drawing doubles near half court, dishing behind the back passes, setting teammates up for open looks. Her decision-making was elite. Even without her A-game physically, her mind was sharper than ever.
She gonna drive in and all right, she pulled up for a little mid-range shot. Here's a triple right here. This was her only three-pointer in the game. Dantas goes back to her way downtown.
The result? A +21 plus-minus rating.
1 of 7 from 3. She can't shoot on the road. 4 of 14 from the floor, but +21 in the box score. They're doubling her.
The highest on either team.
+21 on the floor. She was +21.
Caitlin Clark got sneaky hot. She had a +21 in this game. 14 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists.
When she was on the floor, the Fever thrived. When she sat, they fell apart. This wasn't a comeback by accident. It was a response to every hit she took earlier in the game and all season long. In a league that's tried to wear her down, Clark reminded everyone, you can't teach heart and you can't silence greatness.
Caitlin was fantastic in the fourth quarter. You live by Caitlin, you die by Caitlin.
The Connecticut Sun and Marina Mabrey felt it. So did everyone watching. It wasn't just the scoreboard that Caitlin Clark had to battle. It was the system itself. From the opening minutes, the physicality against her was obvious. She wasn't just bumped, she was battered. Off ball, on ball, it didn't matter. Arms yanked, jersey grabbed, shoulder checked mid-drive. The defenders weren't playing smart defense. They were making statements.
Caitlin Clark literally had to get pulled away from referees to keep from getting technicals.
And the referees, silent, over and over again. Even when she got whacked in the paint or body checked to the ground, the whistle never came. This wasn't new. It's been happening all season. But in this game, it felt personal. There was a moment late in the game when Clark finally snapped. She turned to the official, who'd ignored yet another foul, and barked, "Grow up."
She was livid. She told the referee to grow up. Scott Agnes confirmed. That's exactly what Caitlin Clark said to the ref. She told the ref to grow up.
The referees was embarrassing. The referee then said something to Caitlin Clark and completely set Caitlin Clark off.
She had snapped at a referee earlier. She had held her head down in the midst of her shooting slump.
It wasn't frustration. It was boiling over fury. And for the first time, the mask dropped. She was done playing polite. She was done pretending this was just part of the game. The fans saw it. So did her teammates. Even her brother went online and called it out.
Sophie Cunningham played well off the bench because she got hit in the head and they didn't call it. I mean, WNBA refs, it was brought up by Caitlin Clark's brother, but he posted this. Make no mistake, this is on the reffing.
Saying outright that this level of officiating was unacceptable. And he wasn't wrong, because it wasn't just about Clark. Aaliyah Boston got punched in the face. Sophie Cunningham got elbowed in the head and shoved out of bounds with no whistle.
Tina Charles, I don't know how she got away with, again, punching Aaliyah Boston in the face.
Every Fever starter took punishment, and the officials refused to protect them.
Tina Charles sent Aaliyah Boston to the ground, kind of squared up. It eventually is going to boil over.
But somehow, Clark always seems to get the worst of it.
Every game. And I can understand if everybody was getting hacked, but clearly it is just one person. It is Clark.
She's treated like a target, not a rising superstar. Like someone the league wants to test, not protect.
Are the refs getting paid to actually ref the game, or are they getting paid for the Indiana games to make sure Clark gets manhandled and mauled?
And yet, she never begged. She never flopped. She never quit. Even after being yanked in and out of the game in short, awkward rotations.
She's never going to get a rhythm. If she keeps getting nonsensically benched, she's unhappy.
Even when visibly limping, she stayed locked in. When the hits kept coming, she hit back with plays. When the refs stayed silent, she let her game do the talking. Because Caitlin Clark isn't just fighting for space on the court. She's fighting for respect in a league that hasn't figured out what to do with a player who changes everything.
This game had a little bit of everything. Caitlin Clark was struggling at times, especially with her shot.
She just took over in the fourth quarter there.
Caitlin Clark struggles shooting, and the Fever still win the game.
And that's the bigger truth here. She's not just a rookie. She's a revolution. She's drawing more fans, more attention, and more coverage than the entire league has seen in years. And instead of shielding that investment, the system seems more focused on humbling her. They don't call fouls. They ignore blatant hits. And when she pushes back, she's criticized for being emotional.
Y'all keep talking about physicality. This is not a basketball league. This is prison being ran on a basketball court.
But this game proves something. It proved that no matter how many elbows are thrown or whistles are swallowed, Caitlin Clark won't back down. She won't lower her game to match the chaos. She'll rise above it. She turned pain into power, disrespect into domination. And if the league keeps pushing her, they better be ready, because she's pushing back harder.
Hacking Clark so much, she almost caught a tech. They were hacking Clark so much, Stephanie White almost caught a tech.
Caitlin Clark didn't just win a game. She shifted the entire narrative of the WNBA. Again, this wasn't just revenge against the Connecticut Sun or Marina Mabrey. This was a larger message to the league, to the media, and to the powers that be. You can't erase her and you can't control her, because every time she steps on the floor, the entire dynamic changes, not just for her team, but for the sport. Let's start with the numbers. Clark finished with 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. And she did it while injured, while being fouled, while under pressure, and while being yanked on and off the floor in frustrating rotations.
Caitlin on a minutes restriction. She doesn't like being on a minutes restriction. Clearly, she's just hurt.
That's not just efficient. It's extraordinary. Her plus 21 plus or minus wasn't just a stat. It was the truth on full display. When she played, the Fever soared. When she sat, they collapsed. She didn't have to dominate the scoreboard. She dominated the court. Every possession she touched warped the defense. Her range forced defenders to pick her up 30 feet from the hoop.
She draws the attention way beyond the three-point line, which sets up her teammates.
Her movement off the ball pulled traps, doubles, and switches that left teammates like Kelsey Mitchell, Natasha Howard, and Sophie Cunningham with wide-open looks they never would have gotten otherwise.
Was Kelsey Mitchell 8 of 13, Natasha Howard 8 of 11, and Sophie Cunningham 4 of 6 that saved this Fever team tonight.
Those aren't highlight assists. They're high IQ gravity plays that only someone with her understanding of spacing and tempo could make. That's why she's more than a scorer. She's a system. This is why the revenge here isn't just about points or personal stats. It's structural. She's not just proving people wrong. She's proving the entire model of the league can't function the same now that she's in it, and the league knows it. Let's talk visibility. This wasn't just another win. This was a national moment. Even on the road, the crowd was filled with Fever jerseys, young girls in Clark shirts, and chants erupting whenever she hit a shot. These weren't just fans, these were believers. People showing up because Caitlin Clark has made the WNBA matter to them.
This is the power of Caitlin Clark right here. This is the crowd prior to the game. These are all Fever fans going into a road arena in Boston. Look at that. Look at all the Fever, red, Fever, red. I mean, look, little Caitlin Clark fans right here. That is Caitlin Clark's draw and her power for the league.
And that's exactly why the pressure on her is so intense. She's not just playing basketball, she's carrying the expectations of a league.
She has this meeting. She's going to have this meeting with the owners. You are the last hope for no lockout. And with her being injured, again, the leverage is just gone.
A media machine and a brand that's finally getting attention, but doesn't know how to manage it. She plays every game like it's a playoff.
She's been through a lot this year. Pain is, moved around, obviously the quad to the groin. And then there's that level of responsibility that she feels.
And the pressure isn't limited to the court. It's in boardrooms, on social media, and in locker rooms. Even behind the scenes, Clark is at the center of major decisions. She's part of union conversations. There's buzz about her involvement in revenue splits, player rights, and all-star reforms. She's not just the face of the league, she's becoming a power broker within it.
Caitlin was fantastic. You live by Caitlin, you die by Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark will win the game because of her impact on the game, her gravity on the game. She draws the attention.
She's playing, the adrenaline's going, she's moving around like she wants to move.
And yet, what do the refs do? What does the league leadership do? They let her get pummeled. They let other players try to send messages with elbows and shoulder checks. They say they want to grow the league, and yet their biggest star is treated like an outsider, like she's still on trial. But here's the problem. She's already passed the test. She's not just outperforming expectations. She's elevating everyone around her. Her teammates are getting easier shots. Her team is drawing national coverage. Road games feel like home games. And the metrics speak for themselves. Viewership is up, ticket sales are up, jersey sales are off the charts. And the Fever, who were once at the bottom of the standings in the spotlight, are now must-see TV.
Caitlin Clark is a basketball player, yes, but she's really an entertainer. The long threes, the passes, the fast pace. She is a high wire act. She brings in new fans to be entertained. No one else does that.
This revenge game, it's just one chapter. Marina Mabrey and the Sun were in the way. Now they're just part of the highlight reel. The real story is that Caitlin Clark doesn't just dominate quarters. She dominates culture. Every hit she takes, every foul that goes uncalled, every time she's benched or questioned, all of it just adds fuel. And if this is how she plays with an injury, no protection, and under immense scrutiny, imagine what happens when she's healthy, confident, and fully unleashed.
Doesn't matter how minor this injury is, because she has 100% now gone and hurt herself.
She doesn't just belong in the WNBA, she runs it now.
Caitlin Clark's health and the coaching of this team is the two biggest takeaways.
She knows the responsibility that she bears because she is more important for her league than any single individual athlete is for theirs.
The buzzer sounded, the Fever walked off with the win, but the real noise started after the game. Social media lit up like wildfire. "This is on the refs," Caitlin's brother posted, and he wasn't alone. Clips circulated of Clark grimacing, holding her groin, and collapsing near the stanchion. The frustration, the exhaustion, and the sheer weight of what she's carrying, it was all right there on her face, and fans felt it. She had just dragged her team to victory. She had outscored Connecticut in the fourth quarter. She had given them everything she had left.
She's grabbing that groin. She's grabbing the groin area. She was on the the bench, her head wrapped in a towel. She's crying. She's in pain.
And yet, while doing all of that, she may have injured herself again.
She's after hurting her other groin.
The fact that she won't play in the All-Star game,
Maybe she's just crying because she knows she's out for 2 weeks and missing the All-Star game.
that's not just bad luck.
I can't see her playing tomorrow. I cannot imagine her playing in doing the three-point contest or being in the All-Star game now.
That's a direct result of how the league's been treating her. She gets picked up and grabbed full court, pushed, hand-checked, and they just let it happen. Another put it even more bluntly. They're trying to destroy this young woman physically for being great. This isn't hyperbole. It's what fans are seeing with their own eyes. The clips are everywhere. Tina Charles punching Aaliyah Boston in the face with no call. Marina Mabrey body-checking Caitlin. Sophie Cunningham getting hit in the head. And through it all, the whistles stay quiet. The league keeps selling the image of growth, but their biggest stars getting assaulted nightly. And people are starting to speak up. Even respected voices are saying it. How are we supposed to negotiate more money if Caitlin's hurt and 60% of the audience disappears?
Indiana Fever got a win.
Terrible game, but a fantastic fourth quarter from Caitlin Clark.
85-77 over the Connecticut Sun.
Like 9 points in the fourth quarter, huge.
Every genre of sport knows she's one of the most popular.
Caitlin turning the gas up.
That's not drama. That's reality. She's the engine. She's the reason ticket sales are up, jerseys are flying, and TV ratings are breaking records. And still, they benched her in random stretches.
They're discombobulated. This offense that White is running is not working.
Ran her cold, then hot, yanked her in and out of rhythm, and then asked why she looked off.
If you have a muscle injury, that's the worst thing that you can do.
Even opposing analysts said it. Her mechanics are off
Her long-range shot has been way, way off.
because she's hurt in both groins and both quads.
She bulked up too fast. It threw off her mechanics in running.
You don't get that without something seriously wrong with the training or the system.
There's something seriously wrong with Caitlin Clark's running mechanics. She has injured her right and her left groin. She has injured both groins now, and she has injured her right and her left quad. The strength and conditioning team that she has had that has bulked her up.
It's not just Caitlin's body on the line, it's the entire league's credibility.
This is her fourth upper leg injury. Caitlin Clark has injured both groins and she's injured both quads.
Because what happens when the biggest thing to hit the WNBA in decades is treated like a problem to contain rather than a talent to protect? This is where the revenge narrative takes on a different meaning. She's not just proving people wrong with buckets anymore. She's forcing the league to look at itself, to confront its failures, to reckon with the consequences of refusing to protect the player that's saving their future. So yes, Caitlin got her revenge on Connecticut and Mabrey, but now she's demanding accountability from everyone.
She was in tears on the bench. The All-Star weekend's in Indianapolis. It's a big weekend for all the fans. All of those fans have come in from everywhere to watch Caitlin Clark play.
Stephanie, Amber, and Kelly have mismanaged. The biggest superstar this league has ever seen has mismanaged a generational talent like Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark didn't ask for revenge. She earned it. Through pain, through fouls, through silence from the league and whistles that never came, she stayed focused. And when it mattered most, she delivered.
Caitlin Clark is obviously the reason why everybody's watching the WNBA. She's the reason why all these fans are tuning in.
Nobody on this team sets screens.
Caitlin Clark running the show.
Caitlin Clark showed y'all. She the best that ever did it and got away with it.
Caitlin Clark has changed the game. She changed it in college and in the WNBA.
The country has fallen in love with what we have created. And America, here's the girl next door, all grown up, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark has captivated the nation, breaking scoring records in college and bringing women's basketball to a whole new audience.
She is a phenomenon.
Not just buckets, not just assists, but a statement loud enough to echo through every arena in the league. You can hit her, doubt her, bench her, but you cannot stop her. The Connecticut Sun felt it. Marina Mabrey felt it. And the entire WNBA just got a reminder of what happens when Caitlin Clark decides enough is enough.
Every genre of sport knows she's one of the most popular, and they can't keep her safe.
If you're with her 100%, drop your support in the comments. Like, subscribe, and get ready, because the season's not over, but the message has been sent. Caitlin Clark runs this now.